reflections of Armistice Day will be filled with solemn pride in the heroism of those who died in the country's service and with gratitude for the victory, both because of the thing from which it has freed us and because of the opportunity it has given America to show her sympathy with peace and justice in the councils of nations." End quote. 86 years ago, an act approved on May 13, 1938, made the 11th of November in each year a legal holiday, a day to be dedicated to the cause of world peace and to be thereafter celebrated and known as Armistice Day. Now, Armistice Day was primarily a day set aside to honor veterans of World War I, but in 1954, after World War II had required the greatest mobilization of soldiers, sailors, Marines, and airmen in the nation's history, and after American forces had fought aggression in Korea, Congress amended the Act of 1938 by striking out the word armistice and replacing it with the word veterans. With the approval of this legislation on June 1st, 1954, November 11th became a day to honor American veterans of all wars. The LP Veterans Day program is a day for our students and staff to celebrate and honor our community's many veterans and extend our heartfelt thanks and appreciation to the many men and women who have served our nation. Our public schools are founded upon the core values of democracy and freedom, values which time and again have been reaffirmed by the commitments and sacrifices of our veterans, both on the battlefield and service in peacetime. We thank you for your service. Principal Ingrid Cushing, Administrative Assistant Barb Franklin, Director of Communications Matt Baker, and a host of other staff members have put together a wonderful program today to honor our local veterans. If we could please give them a round of applause to show our appreciation. Thank you, and enjoy today's program.
Thank you, Dr. Obleski, for your patriotic words. At this time, I would like to introduce our concert choir under the direction of Mrs. Natalie Barucki. They will perform God Bless America. He began his journey with the U.S. Navy in 2000 and graduated with a bachelor's degree from Southern Illinois University. Some of you may even recognize him as an alumnus of our very own school, which makes today's visit even more special. Throughout his career, Lieutenant Commander Shea has has completed numerous deployments, serving both at sea and ashore in a variety of critical roles. His commitment to our country and his leadership in multiple capacities exemplify the qualities we admire in our military personnel. Today, we have the privilege of hearing more about his experiences and insights. Ladies and gentlemen, I am most honored to present to you our guest of honor and speaker, Lieutenant Commander Shea. Please give him a warm Cavalier welcome.
Thank you for that introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed veterans and honored guests, I'm honored to be able to come back to LP High School and talk to you on this special day. My name is Mike Shea. I'm a Lieutenant Commander in the United States Navy, still on active duty, serving as the Joint Interface Control Officer at U.S. Fleet Forces Command. Like many in this room, I grew up in the Illinois Valley, sitting in the same seats as you, the students, eventually graduating from LP, like my parents and my grandparents before me. I joined the Navy out of high school, thinking I was going to be a fireman in the Navy, which is not the same, I was going to be a fireman in the Navy, which is not the same as a fireman in the civilian world, so sometimes your recruiters tell you things that aren't exactly true. What I didn't know when I joined the Navy was I was about to embark on a life that saw me go from the lowest ranking enlisted sailor to a commissioned officer. I was able to achieve a degree from Southern Illinois University, and I'm only a few credits shy from my master's degree, still trying to finish that up. I graduated from the United States Navy Fighter Weapons School, also known as Top Gun, as an air intercept controller. I've served on guided missile destroyers, guided missile cruisers, aircraft carriers, amphibious assault ships, executing multiple deployments in support of the United States missions. More importantly, the Navy provided me the opportunity to certainly lead with some of the best in America. Some of these sailors are the same age as some of the students in this room today. I've been blessed to spend the last 24 years of my life surrounded by veterans. But really, I've been surrounded by veterans my entire life, starting here in the Illinois Valley community. And I can honestly say these veterans within my community truly shaped me into who I am today and why I chose to serve and I continue to serve this country. And if you talk to these veterans that are here today, they can provide you some valuable insight to shape your life as well. Today, as we gather here today to pay tribute to the brave men and women who have served our country, it's a profound honor to address you on this Veterans Day. We stand in gratitude and respect for the sacrifices made by those who have served, embodying the true spirit of courage, dedication, and selflessness. In commemorating this day, it is essential to recognize the contributions veterans from every corner of our nations, including the resilient communities of the Illinois Valley. These towns, nestled along the Illinois River, have been home to remarkable individuals who have answered the call of duty with unwavering valor. From the Illinois Valley, generations of veterans have proudly served in every branch of the United States Armed Forces, embodying the values of honor, integrity, and service before self. They have left behind the comforts of home to defend our freedoms and to protect our nation and uphold the principles on which our country is founded. In LaSalle, where the echoes of history reverberate through the Illinois and Michigan Canal, and LaSalle has an entire U.S. Navy ship class named after her, and in Peru and surrounding towns, with its rich heritage rooted in industry and community, we find stories of heroism and sacrifice that inspire us all. These towns have produced soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines who have faced adversity with unwavering resolve and determination. We remember the countless men and women who have left their homes from our area to serve on distant shores, from the beaches of Normandy to the jungles of Vietnam, to the deserts of Iraq, to the mountains of Afghanistan, and the oceans throughout the world. These hometown veterans stood tall in the face of danger, united in their commitment to defend the freedoms that we all hold dear. As we gather here today, let us not forget the families who have stood steadfastly behind our veterans, offering their unwavering support and sacrifice. These strength and resilience have been the bedrock upon which our veterans have built their service to our nation today, and sometimes they are not recognized. So if we could take a second and just clap for all of these families. I leave you with this thought. Remember, Veterans Day is not a solemn day. It is a day to celebrate our veterans. Every veteran is a hero, but I guarantee they're not going to say they are. So on this Veterans Day, let us reaffirm our solemn pledge to honor the legacy of those who have served by ensuring they receive the care, support, and recognition they deserve. If you see a veteran on the street, have a conversation with them and thank them for their service. Let us stand together as a grateful nation, united in our commitment to never forget the sacrifices our veterans from the Illinois Valley and every corner of this great land have given. May God bless our veterans, may God bless our armed forces, may God bless the Illinois Valley, and may God bless the United States. Thank you.
Thank you for your inspirational words and your insights. Most importantly, thank you for the service to our country. Can all of you please join me in giving Lieutenant Commander Shea another thank you for his service. As the LPHS principal, I have the distinct honor to introduce our distinguished veterans and active service members who have joined us today. In most ceremonies, you often hear the presenters ask you to hold your applause until all names have been called. But given the tremendous sacrifice these individuals have made, I think it would only be appropriate to forget about that concept and to applaud for each individual to show our respect. Veterans and active service members, please stand to be honored when I call your name. Amy Arthur, Army. Navy. Jerry Bassador, Marine Corps and Army. Jerry Burnaby, Marine Corps. LPHS staff member Eric Bjorkis, Army. Marine Corps. Thomas Zeke, Army. Mary Beth Frommel, Army Nurse Corps. Chester Gatsky, Army. Walter Garriott, Army. Did you see our Air Force? Glenn Glover, Army. Gerald Harper, Army. Retired LPHS teacher Ron Hostrom, Navy. Fred Leone, Army. Bill Martuso, Army. Member of the Color Guard, Chris Mueller, Marine Corps and Army. Henry Pisha, Army. Frank Rolando, Air Force. Walter, Army. Krista Westerman, Air Force. Dan Wilcoxon, Army. Kevin Wildheart, Navy. Member of the Color Guard, Matt Wojcik, Army. Bob Gursky, Marine Corps. And Joseph Zeman, Air Force. Can you please give another round to all of our members? Each year, we have several students who are either inspired by these individuals who have just been announced, or by their own friends and family members, or just their own commitment to country that have made the decision to enlist in the armed forces. While the number of students will undoubtedly continue to grow throughout the school year, we currently have 2 students who have made that commitment. Please join me in celebrating these students who stand as their names are called. Cassidy Cromwell, who is enlisted in the Army. And Aiden Dempsey, who is listed in the Marines. Best wishes to both of you from your Cavalier family. At this time, the Symphonic Band will be playing the Salute to America's Finest to honor each of the branches of the armed forces. In tribute to our defenders of freedom and liberty actively serving here or abroad, and those who have ever in the past taken the oath of enlistment and put on the uniform, this medley stands in testament along with the hearts of a grateful nation. We would ask our veterans and active service members to stand during the playing of their service song. Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard with a moment of silence followed by the playing of taps. You may be seated. As this program draws to a close, I would like to personally thank all of those among us who, despite the risk and sacrifice, raised their hand to defend this beautiful country. Our veterans, active duty service members, guardsmen, and reservists. Your service has helped keep our country and its citizens safe and free. Let's take a moment to acknowledge those families of service members and veterans who helped shoulder the weight of war and the burdens of sacrifice. To the mothers, fathers, spouses, and children of our military men and women, thank you. Your love, support, and resilience are the backbone of this nation, and that too must never be forgotten. Thank you to all of our attendees today for taking the time to honor our heroes. On behalf of LaSalle-Peru Township High School, we wish you a wonderful Veterans Day. For those of you who are veterans and active service members, we would ask that you stay with us for just a little while longer to have refreshments in our staff lounge. For those of you who are students, thank you again for your attendance and following your teacher's directions. You are now able to return to your regularly scheduled classes. Happy Veterans Day to all. Thank you.